After spending one night with a human woman, the merman discovered that he had somehow become pregnant. Because the child would not be born until a year later, he made an agreement with the woman to meet again on the day of the birth. But even when the child was about to be born, the woman still had not appeared. The merman was furious and believed that the woman had abandoned him. For the next 100 years, he kept sending people to search for her. His two children also tried to find their biological mother. One day, the man followed his children to a bar, and his daughter said that their mother was there. But the man did not believe her because they had mistaken other women for their mother many times before. At that moment, the scales behind his ear suddenly began to glow. The next second, someone grabbed his hand and pulled him into a private room. The moment he saw the woman's face, he immediately recognized her as the reincarnation of the woman from 100 years ago. In this lifetime, she had become a wealthy heiress controlled by her stepmother. To convince her stepmother that she had no interest in fighting for the family inheritance, she deliberately dragged the man into the room and created the illusion that she was obsessed with handsome men. After using him for her act, she got up and left without hesitation. The man became furious because the woman dared to abandon him once again. After returning home, the two children cried and demanded to see their mother. The man had a headache from all the noise and could only promise that he would go find her. Meanwhile, the woman arrived at his house. She wanted to find an easy-to-control husband to fool her stepmother, so she had investigated the man's address. But when the man opened the door, she noticed that his house was extremely luxurious, which did not fit her criteria for choosing a husband. Coincidentally, the two children could hear her thoughts. When they realized she wanted to leave, they quickly dragged her into the house. The little boy lied to her and said that his father was only a servant working in the villa, making him a perfect husband candidate for her. The man looked confused, but his son told him not to say a word. The woman believed the boy's story and assumed that the man must be very poor since he was raising two children by himself. She then took out a marriage contract and told him that as long as he married her, he would receive $500,000 every month. The man was about to refuse, but his son directly grabbed his hand and forced him to sign the contract. Just like that, the man and the woman became husband and wife. The next day, the woman came to the villa to pick up the man and the children so they could move into her house. The two children were extremely excited, and they had prepared a special surprise for her. When they pulled away the curtain, the woman was shocked to see that they had dressed the man in an incredibly seductive outfit. She eagerly brought him home and could not stop admiring his handsome face. She felt that any child born from the two of them would definitely be beautiful, so she offered him $2 million as a reward for having a child with her. The man thought she was far too frivolous. He broke free from the ropes and smashed the wine glass in her hand. The woman became angry and slapped him across the face. That slap completely pushed the man over the edge, and he agreed to her proposal. In the blink of an eye, 3 months passed. The two children became more and more attached to the woman. The man grew jealous and could not understand what was so special about her. Even so, he still covered them with blankets before leaving the room. At that moment, he felt his powers starting to lose control. It turned out that every time the full moon appeared, he would transform back into his merman form and desperately crave water. But just as he lay down in the bathtub, the woman suddenly woke up. After hearing the sound of running water in the bathroom, she walked over in confusion. Fortunately, the man had already transformed back into his human form, so the woman did not discover his secret.